wanted to talk about this real quick because this issue obviously is not going anywhere. I've talked about this on my show before. One of my online followers, Shira.net, we've talked about that. She's got experience with negotiations and things like that. Check out one of my older videos about that, where we're talking about this CBA deal, and it is not going to get done. There's no way it's going to get done because the players are looking for something that the owners are not willing to give. And when you are negotiating, that's what it comes down to. All the leverage that they've been talking about that they have, they really don't have. Yes, they do have leverage, but they just don't have as much as they think. And in my opinion, they are trying to bite off too much at one time because they are not going to get what they deserve. And I do think they deserve a hell of a lot more money, but they are not going to get that on the first shot because look at it like this. They still got a lot of people to pay back. Most people don't think of it like that, but you're talking about a business that's been in existence for 30 years and has never pulled a profit. So that money's got to go somewhere. If that money's going down the toilet, somebody trying to recoup some of their cash back. So it's never going to be the way you want. It's never going to be, we're going to get all of the money and all of the extras. They want the health insurance and all the other little things that they talk about that happens on the back end. People don't really understand how much money that costs. If you want health insurance, there's an extra part of that when you're dealing with women. Men don't have to worry about prenatal care and child care and postpartum and things of that nature. Women do. So even when you're talking about the insurance and some of the amenities that male athletes have, that's another aspect of it that they have to negotiate. Are they going to get something like that? Probably will. But you got to understand that that money don't come out of thin air. So in my opinion, the Players Association for the WNBA, is it that they are forgetting about what's going on the back end? Is it like we hear what the owners are offering? Now, I don't know how true that is. We're not in the meeting, so everybody's just guessing. So now it becomes a media thing. Can you control the narrative to your favor? And right now, the way some of these women acting in the league, they don't. Nobody has any sympathy for them. I heard the comment the other day from Satu Sabali complaining about them playing back-to-back games, and immediately Pat Beverly came out and was like, hold on, you can't talk about pay me what you worth and then complain about playing back-to-back games. That's part of it. That's part of it. And I think some, not all, some of the women in the W have this rose-colored opinion of what the league should be, and it just don't operate that way. That's just my opinion. So I think it's going to be a FAFO situation. They are not going to get what they want. They are talking about what they want, but not what they are willing to give up, because you have to go back and forth in a negotiation. On the flip side of that, I haven't heard anything from the owners. And really, and the reality of the situation is the owners ain't got to say nothing. They're the owners. And they're dealing with the NBA, who have long pockets. They don't. So however long this work stoppage goes for, we don't know what's going to happen. We getting all of these expansion teams. That's the one benefit that the W has. They got all of these expansion things. The teams coming in Philly. You got Toronto. You got Portland. You got all of these great college players coming out. Everybody's waiting for Juju Watkins. You got all of these things pointing in the right direction. All of these players coming out. Everybody's interested, right? That's the one thing that they have going for themselves. The bad part about that is everything falls on the owners who own 60% of the league. And they are still, even with all of the success this year, they're still subsidized. They're still taking a handout from the NBA. And the one thing I'll land the plane with this, right? A lot of the players are acting like this type of attention, this type of money has always been there, and it hasn't. You do have to take into consideration that you got almost 27 years of losing money. And the first time you make a profit, you can't erase the past. You still got to deal with that. And that's why I say it's some people from back in the day that want their money back. So we'll see how the WNBA Players Association is preparing for a work stoppage. What do you do with all of your players that don't make a lot of money, that don't have NIL deals, that don't have Met Gala money, that don't have Nike contracts? What do you do with all of those players? Those are the things that they got to think of. And how are you going to go forward? Not to mention, all of this is under the umbrella of a conflict of interest, because the two people you got speaking the most for the WNBA own another league in Unrivaled.